Most women that say I'm single by choice, I low key, high key feel like that's a red flag. I think it's delusion. And I think it's because women say things like, I'm a girl's girl. You're not a girl's girl. You're pacifying delusion. You are the woman on this internet that says things like, you could be feminine when men act more masculine. No, you should be feminine because a feminine woman acts feminine. You should be soft because women are meant to be soft. And a lot of people allow their survival mentality to make them hard, to make them masculine, and honestly undesirable. And I think that people have now gotten so used to, this goes back to it again, they've gotten so used to being rejected, so used to not being chosen, so used to that now they've created these protection mechanisms or coping mechanisms, and they say, oh no, you could be sexually promiscuous. No, you can't get commitment. And because you can't get commitment, now you're teaching our daughters they don't need to get commitment. They should be sexually promiscuous. No, they shouldn't. No, they should not.
So I'm not the kind of person that's about to be dating somebody or entertaining anybody who's entertaining anybody else.
Most women that say they want a good man, if you bring her one right now, she probably gonna fuck it up.
Do you think that women are single by choice?
Them saying they're single by choice is because they've been unsuccessful in finding one. We say that we want to be single because we can't find that one because we're incapable in this season of managing ourselves in that. If you told a woman right now, I have the man, the one you want. If God himself said, right now, if you want this, I have the guy that you want. Everything laid out, everything you want. Because you know, all women say they got their different preferences. I got your preference right here, ready for a relationship. She's not going to say, no, thank you. They're going to stay single. They want a man. That verbiage of wanting a man on our level, that is our ignorant way of saying that I don't know how to balance this new embodied power I have as a successful woman with being a woman in the presence of a man.
Nobody really wants to be single the rest of their life, be on their own. We're pack creatures. So I want to explain when women say, I choose to be single, what they're not telling you, what's really going on. When a woman says, I choose to be single, this is what's happening. The guy that they would want to marry, be with, or have a relationship with, he does not want them. He wants someone else. So he uses them as a secondary option when the someone else that he wants is not available. So that's the interaction that they have between that guy that they really love, care about, and want. Then those same women have men who want them, but they don't like those men. To them, those men are not options. They're bad choices. And they don't want to choose either one of them because they're looking at this guy and saying, this guy who wants another woman is far superior to these guys. So they don't want to choose any of them, right? Now, some ladies use them for financial gain. They take advantage of them. They have them simping out. And some ladies just ignore them. It depends on what your ethical, moral character is, ladies. But I'm going to tell you something. If you're in a situation like this and you're saying, I choose to be single, that is a lie. You have no choice but to be single until you make some different decisions and say, what can I improve on? What can I do differently to put me in the best situation to get the type of man that I do want? I might not be able to get him because he wants someone else, but I want a man at his level and his stature, and I need to take a look internally and see what I need to do and change to get that type of man.
Oh my God, there's no way. You can't be single. You got to have a secret woman. Oh my God, you're so handsome. You have a good job. Because they want slaves. Women don't want partners, baby girl. Okay, listen to me. Women don't want partners. They want slaves. ATMs. Do I look, man? I know I got some broad shoulders. You know what I'm saying? I hit the gym. Now I ain't no ATM. You feel me? My money, my money. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing all that. He don't spend it on me. I'm not gonna spend it on you. Get your ass home. Get your ass home. I spend it on my wife, and none of y'all got wifey material characteristics. So as far as I've seen, so no, yes, I will continue to be single. I'm happy being single without the headaches. So stop asking me. Smart men are single. Trust me.
A lot of men aren't leaving because they cannot handle a good woman. They are leaving because they are tired of paying for damage they did not cause. So you think you're Mr. Right, right? You check all the boxes. You're calm, you're consistent, you provide, and you are still getting attitude, you're still getting distance, you're still getting tested, you're still getting manipulated, you're still getting disrespected. Now you're confused because you don't get it. You don't see what it is you're doing wrong. And to be honest, it's nothing. You are simply dealing with somebody who's in defense and reactive mode. A lot of women don't hate men. They just don't know how to act when they are not being hurt. So they self-sabotage. They create problems where there are none. They question intentions that are clear, and they pull away when things start to feel steady. Because these women are used to chaos, and peace feels unfamiliar, and unfamiliar feels unsafe. And a lot of men, they're going to deal with that for a while, but at some point, they're going to check out. Because no man wants to keep proving himself to somebody who is committed to misunderstanding him.
It says a lot when a man is at peace and that said woman is no longer a part of his life. When a man reaches a point where he is calm and unbothered and distant from that woman, because that kind of peace does not happen overnight. Believe me, that's a man that went through frustrations, conversations, and effort. And then something in him shifted, and this is what women miss. When a man gets to that place, it is no longer anger, it's detachment. So now the things that used to matter to him does not hit the same. The arguing, the emotions, the tears, even the effort, it does not move him like it used to. Because mentally, he has already created distance. And once a man finds peace without you, he never will feel the need to go back to what disrupted it. And this is what women got to understand. When a man feels better without you, it is over. He will never come back, no matter what you do. If you are a man that's currently in this state, bravo, my brother. I am so happy that you chose you.
Yes, it's true. Men don't just want to marry a hot girl. Men want peace in the relationship. They want women to be a man's peace. They want to come home to a peaceful environment. Yes, this is true. They don't want a woman to be nagging them, cause drama, etc. But there's always a yin to the yang. Now, what does this mean? If you plant a flower in the wrong environment, that flower is not going to bloom. The flower is going to die. That is the same thing with women. If you put her in a loving, gentle, nurturing environment where she feels safe and loved, she will be your peace. If you put her in an environment that is not like that, she will not be your peace. She will be your worst fucking nightmare, and you will feel like she is nagging you. She is doing that for a reason. So men, if you feel like your woman is nagging you and is not being peaceful, you need to check your environment first. Stop blaming women. Check the environment.
Men want peace, okay? To make a man happy, you got to give him peace, right? Now, listen. Peace to a man is disrespecting a woman and her just allowing it and she don't say shit about it. That's the peace he wants. He wants to disrespect you like a fucking dog and you don't say nothing about it. That's the peace.
These men who are going around saying that they want peace, they do not create peaceful environments for women. So how are you going around saying you want peace? You're just an avoidant. You're an avoidant. You don't want conflict. You don't want to have to navigate conflict. You don't want to have to deal with other people's emotions. So you're going around saying you want peace. Create a peaceful environment and you'll be able to cultivate peace in that connection, no?
No, fair, but then sometimes when we do create the peaceful environment, it's not good enough.
That you're single by choice?
I am.
No, you're not.
Tell me how I'm not when it's my choice to be single.
Well, let's use another example. Let's say I live in my mom's basement and I'm 300 pounds and I have Cheeto dust all over my shirt and I play a lot of video games.
Yeah.
Okay? And I don't smash any girls, but I walk around and I say, well, I choose not to smash girls. Is that really valid?
No, but how does that relate to what I have going on?
Oh, I like that you asked me that question.
It doesn't. I have guys I talk to, I have options, and a couple of them do want to be in a relationship, but I choose, because I could go be in a relationship
but
with
why would you want to be in a relationship with those guys?
Anyways.
What I'm trying to establish is that the guy that has the Cheetos all over his shirt, etc., he can sit there and say, oh, I'm choosing not to have sex with girls, but the reality is the girls don't want him. Okay? The girls that he want don't want him back.
Okay,
so when girls say, oh, I'm single by choice, that's not true. You're single because the man that you want doesn't necessarily want you back. And a lot of the times it's because of your choices that women make, because women don't understand that you make certain choices and you automatically alienate yourself from a portion of men that would have potentially taken you seriously had you not done that. But girls like to cope and say, oh, I have a bunch of choices, I have a bunch of options. All those guys on your Instagram, all those guys that come to your job, all those guys that talk to you, they just want to smash. They're not real candidates.
Okay.
So I think it's cope when girls say that.
That's your opinion.
You're not long term.
You're just not settling for losers. you know? I want to know how many of you ladies are choosing to be single. I just turned 40 and I'm single. I've been single for a year. I've had a few relationships short term between that, but I find the men just all either low effort or avoidant. Doesn't work in relationships, but it definitely doesn't work for me. So I'm choosing to be single. I'm not dating. I'm just having alone time for the first time in a long time, and at 40. So I want to know how many other women are doing the same thing, because it's not easy, but like, you're choosing yourself, you know? You're not settling for low effort anymore, you know?
Hey, what's up, family? Y'all have to check this video out with me.
When a woman tells you that she's single by choice, just fucking run the other way. Like, whether it's text, block her number, don't ever talk to her again, because what she really means is that she's going through a hoe phase or has already gone through a hoe phase, feels guilty about it, and is taking a little break. But not only that, she's not really single. She's still racking up her roster. She's still using men for emotional support. She still might go on a date here and there, because women are never single. They will also only leave you if they feel like there's an emotional support system that is another man outside of your relationship. So that guy that she thinks is just a friend, or the guy that she has friend zoned that she thinks is going to offer her more security than you do, and that's why she's never really single. And she's never really single because she takes her validation and all of the likes that she gets on social media to her head. She thinks that she can keep her options open. The grass is greener on the other side, that she has all these men, oh my God, gawking at her 24/7. But the reality is that men don't want her. They can tell how toxic she is. They can tell that she's not a good catch based off what she's posting on social media. She's an absolute fucking train wreck. She's probably even going through a divorce and is a single mom and is still out here using men for emotional support while simultaneously saying that men suck. It's the type of woman that you have to text her like, yo, what's your social media about? I thought we were good. And then she'll be like, oh, like, when I say that all men are trash, I don't mean you. There is no such thing as a woman that is single by choice. She is single because she's absolutely psychotic. Okay, bye.
I know I make a lot of jokes about being single, but I just want everyone to know that I am single by choice. It's a decision. And it's because I choose to like men who don't like me back.
So for all the men out there who are like, oh, women don't want to chase us anymore because they're all boss babe in their way through life and they're financially independent. Most of us are broke as fuck. Most women like myself are struggling financially in this economy. Half of my wage goes towards rent. And despite this, many women still don't want to find a man. Not because they're thriving. I'm certainly not thriving. I'm fucking flirting with financial ruin. But would rather be broke and alone than with you going 50-50, putting up with your bullshit and giving us the bare minimum. We are over it.
And I hope every young woman stepping into the new year this year is leaving every young man that was unsure about you in 2025. One thing about men that I need all my ladies to know is that they always realize too late. They will realize you were the one too late. They will realize they were wrong too late. They will realize y'all could have been amazing too late. And guess what? We need to stop waiting for them when they're late. Because for every man that's too late, there's a man that's right on time. Now, I'm not saying every man that comes on time is going to be the one, but at least they see the value in you up front. You should never have to prove your value to someone. You should never have to show that you're worth trying for someone. So anybody that puts you in that position is too late. And guess what? You leave them right where you found them.
Women are very good at making bad decisions. No this and no peace. She will leave the man who loved her for the man who entertains her. She will choose excitement over security, chaos over comfort, and pleasure over peace. And when it all burns down, she will cry about how men ain't shit. The truth is, most women don't learn through logic, they learn through loss. You can't save her from her own patterns. You can't argue her into wisdom. A woman who is addicted to emotion will chase her next high, even if it would destroy everything stable in her life. And when she's done, she will try to come back to the man she once called boring. That's when you must remember this rule. Never chase a woman's approval. Let her live by her choices, and you live by your standards. Control your emotion, protect your resources, and build an empire in silence when she runs through lessons you already learned years ago. Peace begins the moment you stop trying to fix chaos. Know her nature, accept it, and move accordingly. And always remember, keep your frame. Always.
Why do women leave men?
Men want the woman that'll give them peace, the nice girl, right? The easy girl. But a woman doesn't become difficult for no reason. A woman becomes difficult when she voices her concerns and a man shuts her down, when she tries to be emotional and he calls her too much. A woman can't give you peace until you give her the safety to do so. If a woman leaves a man, know that she gave it everything she had. And she's leaving him because he didn't treat her like the goddess that she knows she is.
Why are you bringing this up again? It happened last night. Get over it, you crazy woman.
What's going on, bro? Is everything okay?
Broski, if you love your peace as a man, never get into a relationship.
Wow, you're really putting this on me. How can I bring you peace when you're out here liking your ex's pictures?
These women are crazy, bro. Yesterday we was on the phone arguing till 5 a.m.
Why?
Because I turned my location off randomly. I went to the club without telling her. Obviously she's gonna be mad, bro. You're acting sus and hiding shit from her. What, are you on her side? No, I'm just saying I don't think her chaos is unjustified. Bro, she's just tapped. I'm telling you, tapped. Psychotic.
Yo, broski, what's your type?
Slim waist with a big back.
Aye, come on, me too. A man of culture. What about you, bro? Light skins or dark skins?
A woman that brings me peace, bro.
Oh, I hear it. I hear it still.
Every man wants a girl with a BBL until she starts raising your BPL.
BPL?
Blood pressure level.
Oh.
Yo.
Hey baby, where are you?
None of your business. What do you want?
What the hell? Why are you being rude? And why the hell are you still liking your ex's pictures?
Why are you shouting though?
What do you mean, why am I
Lower your
shouting? What do
tone.
you expect?
Yo,
I don't
relax,
understand.
cuz.
This is what I mean. You don't bring me peace, you chaotic woman.
What's going on, cuz? Everything okay at home? Bare domestics.
Bro, you gotta stop talking to her like that.
Bro, do you want my girl or something? If you want her, take her, bro. I don't mind.
No, I don't want your girl. I want you to keep your girl.
If you want a migraine 24/7, take it. You deal with it. You deal with her. I don't mind.
I'm just saying, bro. A woman's behavior towards you is a reflection of how you treat her.
Yeah, real shit, G. You want a soft woman, but you keep giving her hard times.
Exactly. You can't set the house on fire and then be surprised when the fire alarm goes off. Be nice. Hey, princess.
Hey babe, where are you?
Yeah, I'm just with the boys. I'll be home in an hour.
Oh, okay. I'll see you soon. Love you.
I love you too.
And listen, make sure you don't eat out, because I'm cooking for you tonight. And would you like a massage when you get home?
Cook for man and give man a massage.
Yeah, that's what women do when you give them peace, broski.
Okay.
She will not bring you peace. Women are a human notification system. Their opinions, emotions, and reactions all day. And you're surprised that your mind feels crowded? Ask her to sit in silence and watch how fast she starts to panic, because peace feels like nothing, and she needs to feel something. If your peace depends on her behavior, you chose dependency. You didn't lose your peace, you traded it. And now you're paying the rent in your own mind you used to own.
Is that one of the reasons that men are saying, I'm tired of being the gentleman, tired of planning the date, is because a bunch of y'all women are ingrates. Right? Let's just be honest. You took advantage of these guys. You weren't there for the right reasons. You made the TikToks making fun of them. You've emasculated them. You've made them feel like crap. You know, no one's ever good enough for you. You're picky as all hell because you get a ton of attention online every day. So guys are like, you know what? Like, what is the cost-benefit analysis here for me? Like, the cost is here and the benefit is here. I'm done. So a lot of these guys are sitting back now and saying, you want to go out? I'm not planning. I'm not doing all this stuff because you're an ingrate. That's number one. So you have a lot of guys doing that with women like that. Now, granted, there are good women out there who are going to be respectful, kind, all of those things. But the problem is that the pool seems to be shrinking and then some, right? And what's displayed front and center across social media and across many of these big cities and across the nightlife and all that are these ingrate, nasty women that just have no appreciation, right? Do something nice to them, you get nothing in return.
I'm getting sick of men saying that. I want a woman to be my peace. No, the you don't. You want a woman that won't question you when you bring in chaos in her life, talking about be my peace. How you want her to be your peace when all you doing is bringing nightmares in her life? And every time she speaks up, you say she's disturbing your peace. Of course she is. Nigga, you cheating. You ain't available. You don't validate her. When you say you want a woman to be your peace, you mean you want a woman that don't speak up for herself, that don't call you out on your motherfucking bullshit. If you not doing bullshit, shit is peaceful. You don't even have to say be my peace when you are bringing peace. What peaceful ass nigga has ever had to say be my peace? The chaotic men, the disrespectful men, cheating men, the men that got fucking problems, the men that want to have their cake and eat it too, those are the men that
women out there are realizing that they are the problem. That they are the reasons why, they can't get a man or can't keep a man. But yeah, that is real, fellas. A lot of these things are being caused by these women, and they are finally coming out to talk about this. To talk about the reason why they can't bag a man, they can't keep a man. And to be honest with you, fellas, it's because of their expectations. These women have their heads so high up in the cloud, so sky high, they can't really see what's happening. That is why a lot of them are in a whole lot of mess right now. And a lot of men are choosing not to be with these women again and are choosing peace.
Scream, I want a woman to be my peace. Have you ever noticed that peaceful men never ask women to be their peace? It's always the chaotic, turbulent people that are bringing nightmares in your life that's asking you to be my peace. It's almost like be my peace means tolerate my bullshit and don't ask questions in the process. There are literal men that will tell you that you are disturbing their peace when you are calling them out on their inadequacies in the relationship. There are men that will look you straight in your face and say, I'm gonna cheat on you, but I want you to be quiet about it. I'm gonna neglect you inside this home, but don't complain about it. I've never heard peaceful ass men talking about be my peace. They bring peace. You mirror the peace they give you. If you give a woman chaos, guess what the fuck you gonna get back? Chaos. Because ain't nobody going to be able to bring peace in a place where it's unsafe.
Walk out on any woman that disturbs your peace to the point where it leads to you wanting peace to turn into violence. Leave her.
Can't win.
Because your life, your freedom, and your mental space is more important than any woman.
My nigga, if she interrupting your peace, leave her alone, my guy. Let her go. I'm not gonna lie, you'll be way better off. You may think, oh, this she's all I know, this, that, and the third gang. But trust and believe, bro, you don't even know yourself for real. You don't even know yourself yet. Imagine getting to know yourself. You're gonna love her way more, you're gonna love yourself way more than you ever loved her in your life. Like I'm telling you, let her go. Get to know yourself, bro. Get closer to God. No bullshit. Yo.
Why, when a woman interrupts a man doing what he's doing, why you guys are so furious and don't pretend you're not. You try to get a grip on it. Not only have we diminished your ability to be productive by interrupting you, we have disrupted your peace. So I've tried to talk to him like, if a man were meditating, you could hear him chanting. Really? Would you walk in on him to say that? Like, imagine that's what he's doing. A man focused, he's in a meditation of fixing the car, repairing the sprinklers, playing a game with his son. He's at peace. Leave him at peace. And if you can't, I'm sorry to interrupt. Be respectful of the impact you're having. I'm so sorry to interrupt. The worst that can happen is a man would say, you're interrupting, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's the worst that would happen.
Hey, let's talk about something real. Every single time in my life I've been at my lowest, down bad, broke, busted, and disgusted. Every single time when I looked around, there was a bad or toxic woman in my life. Every single time. The wrong women are draining. They take your time, your focus, your peace, your energy, your resources, and while you down, they keep kicking you some more. And guess what? When you have nothing else to give, they discard you and they leave you like you meant nothing. You ever notice how hard it is for you to thrive when you have certain women around, when you have the wrong women around? You ever notice that? That's not a coincidence. Those type of women kill your vibe, your drive, your motion. You don't even have the energy left to be ambitious. And the worst part is we let them. You let them do it. In 2025, it's time to make it a part of who you are to choose better. Because every time I've been up with hell emotion, getting money, thriving in my element, there was either no woman around or a good woman around. And I'm not saying that a woman is responsible for my success or lack thereof. That's my responsibility. What I'm saying is my choice in women greatly dictated the quality of my life. And the same goes for you. Listen, bro, you can't afford to keep letting that happen to you.
Stay single, fellas, because once you realize that relationship is always about her and her feelings and what you can provide, and she's not, doing anything for you, it's just not worth it. You're just wasting your time. She doesn't love you for you. She loves you for what you can provide for her. Always remember that.
I am okay to finish my life being single. Being single.
Come on,
hey,
that's not going to happen.
I would rather die as a single man, having never gotten laid before, than wife up a lady who's absolutely contentious, who makes me want to sit in the corner of my roof, who makes me want to run out into the desert and die there.
Proverbs 21:19.
I would rather be single for the rest of my life, because that sounds so much better.
I think this is becoming more of a man's view in this day and time.
Agreed.
My son is 18, and I was like, you don't want to have a girlfriend? He's like, I don't want to invest time and money and everything in a girl that I don't want to marry that's been with all my friends.
I don't think people realize this is going to become extremely common, where men, like generally speaking, in their nature, don't really need other people with them. I mean, I can go to church. I have my boys at church. Like, that's my community. I don't need to have a wife. I definitely want one, but I don't need it. Whereas women in general, psychologically, sociologically, they need that partner. And when we find women who are single in their 50s and 60s, they're crushed.
Honestly, no one talks about how being single is the most peaceful thing ever. Like, you don't gotta call anybody. You don't gotta text anybody. No one's blowing up your phone. You're not blowing up somebody else's phone. Like, being single and just worrying about your responsibilities, what you need to do, is the most peaceful thing you can do. Now, I'm not knocking any relationships. You might talk to people, entertain a little bit here and there, but it's nothing that beats actually being single. I don't have to worry about if my girl's getting cracked tonight because I don't have a girl, right? And the same thing for the women. You don't got to worry about a dude that's talking to 5, 6, 7 different girls. You know what I mean? Because you're single. It's just you making money, having fun. You don't got to worry about all that stuff. Honestly, it's stress. It's stressful too on the brain if you really think about it.
A person who chooses to stay single is someone who has learned that their peace is way too expensive to hand to the wrong person. You see, they've reached a point in their life where the bare minimum just doesn't impress them anymore. And they would rather sleep all alone than be touched by someone who has no business being in their bed in the first place. So if you're single by choice, don't downplay it. Because you're not being too picky. You're not missing out. You are just refusing to lower your standards and settle for less. And that right there is a power move that most people are too afraid to make. Because they would rather settle for anyone just to say that they have someone.
I would rather be single for the rest of my fucking life than be with somebody just for the sake of being with somebody. You know what I mean? I'd rather be single and not have children and not bring somebody into a life where I'm not truly fulfilled and happy and living the life of my dreams. Because what kind of message am I giving my children if I'm just in a relationship with somebody because I was lonely and I didn't know how to fucking spend time alone in my home by myself with my own thoughts. You know what I mean?
All the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life?
Yeah, so that was 8 seconds. Guys, how you feeling? Peaceful?
Imagine trading all your women in for somebody else's big back 30-year-old baby mama. Don't that sound like some bullshit? And women think that we really got it hard out here being single. Like being single is so bad. Do you hear that? That's what being single for a man sounds like, bitch. It's peaceful. It's less expensive. Come on, man. When you paying your way and I'm paying my way, shit, life is easy, but y'all looking for a motherfucking come up, and then you want me to give all my sexual rights to you. That's jail. Most of these niggas in relationships have a motherfucking curfew, and they're not even the only person that this person had children with. They're the second, third, fourth, and fifth option, coming off the motherfucking bench, and is happy to be there. You used to be a starter. Now you're Klay Thompson, nigga.
I saw this comment saying that men are finding peace alone and don't really benefit from dating anymore. Honestly, some men probably do feel that way. But psychologically, we are not wired to thrive in isolation. Most people want connection, intimacy, and partnership. Now, the problem isn't that relationships don't benefit men. The problem is a lot of people were never taught social skills or emotional awareness that make relationships actually work. So instead of learning those skills, some people just decide it's easier to check out of dating entirely. Luckily, confidence, communication, and social awareness are all learnable skills. That's what we coach guys on inside Muse. We help men understand social cues, communication, and awareness so they can build real connections instead of just guessing their way through dating.
Let me explain that to you. Let me explain.
Changed so much for me. I remember being a girl who really craved being in a relationship. That's all I could literally eat, sleep, and think. And now that's no longer my end goal. That used to take priority over a lot of things. Like, I just wanted to be in a relationship. I wanted to find love. I wanted to be in love. Like, there was nothing better than that, nothing sweeter. But now I think I understand how much energy it takes to share yourself with another person, the exhaustion that can come with that, and how much of a distraction it can be. And not only that, loyalty, from what I see, is really, really rare. And if you find yourself in the wrong situation, that can be really, really draining. And who wants to deal with that? Who wants to deal with that, honestly?
Most men are choosing to stay single because you ain't just as easy as hell. It's kind of like the same reason why women say, oh, I can't be married, I can't do this, I can't do that, because a man's still gonna cheat. Remember when I told you women who say that be 9 times out of 10 the women that a man can cheat on their girl with, and she's paranoid, so therefore she can't see herself in a relationship because she don't want that karma to come back and hit her in her ass. It's the same exact thing with men. They want to stay single because the access to coochie, like, literally is easier than it's ever been. And men know this, they see this, and I'm starting to think that they're becoming paranoid by it. They don't want to be in a relationship because they've been side niggas, and they're afraid that their girl is one of those girls. What a world we live in.
You're sorry?
Yeah,
You're sorry that what?
I'm sorry that you're a sensitive little bitch. And I'm sorry that you take everything offensively. I said I'm sorry
And that's it?
that you got your feelings. So please don't do that again.
Me, please don't do it again.
You just like ruined our time here at the beach.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's my fault.
Just don't let it happen again.
I want to tender a special apology to men. Everything that I might have said, every negative thing that I might have said in the past to men, I sincerely apologize. Even though I've never really been the one to go hard on men, I might say a little bit of things here and there, but I've never really been the one that goes hard on men like that. But every little thing, no matter how small, how big, how magnificent, or how very little itty bitty that I have said against men or about men, I take it back. I take them all back and I apologize. Tender my apologies to men. Because this is inevitable. There's nothing we can do without men. Absolutely nothing. Life is nothing without a man in your life as a woman. As a matured woman, I mean. Woman that is mature enough to have a man in her life. It's just like, you know, girl child. Without a father figure in her life, it's a struggle. Without a father figure in a girl's child life, in a boy's child life, it's a big struggle. Imagine a mature woman that is old enough to have a man like me, and there's no man in my life. Imagine what I have to go through on a daily basis without man. Like, go to work, wake up, go to work, come back home. It's just me. It's just, this is crazy. Whoever is out there saying men are not important, I think you have something else coming for you. Maybe you have something else going on with you that you need to be checked. Men are highly, highly important in the life of women, in the lives of all women. Men are important. I can feel the impact. I can feel the, how you say this word? I can feel the vacuum. I can feel the loneliness every day. Almost every day of my life, I feel lonely without a man in my life. It's not that I don't have men figure or, you know, in my life. I do. I have like father figure, uncle, cousins, friends, but there's nothing like your partner. There's nothing like partner. Nothing. The lonely nights, the nights you feel horny and there's no one there to cuddle you, to kiss you, to, you know, do all these nice things to you. There's no one to do all that. It's crazy. And I'm not ashamed to say all this because I'm mature enough. I'm old enough to say things like this. I get the urges too. I do. And sex toys are not enough. Please. Can't do this. Jesus.
Okay, so today I was talking to my husband and I had to apologize because in the 8 years of my relationship with my husband, that's us being married and dating, I would literally spaz when he held me accountable for things. And it was not because I was mad at him for holding me accountable. It was because I was upset with the fact that I did not complete something that I said that I would. And so when he would ask me about it, it would infuriate me that I didn't do it, which is horrible, right? So anyways, today we were on the phone, we were talking, and I had told him about a little spiral that I was having, about the fact that someone asked me to send in my resume yesterday, and I realized that I have had over a year and a half outside of the workforce, and I feel a little nervous and scared that my resume is becoming antiquated, that I'm not going to ever be able to get a job again. And he was like, and I was like, I feel like I need to get a job so that I could feel like I'm using my degree, that I'm working for something or whatever. And like, he paused and he was like, yeah, maybe that you could do that. And then he reminded me to reframe and shift to what the purpose was of me not working anymore and what the vision was and what I needed to stick to. And he was like, I don't want to offend you, but I feel like if you put the energy that you're putting into spiraling or thinking that you need to work into what you really have always wanted to do, that's going to make you better. And at that moment, I was like, I am so sorry that you have not felt safe enough to say things like that to me, because when I have let myself down, I take it out on other people. And I felt horrible about that. And it's not because he does anything wrong. It's for the simple fact that someone reminded me of doing something that I was supposed to do that I fell short on gives me an anxiety, a frustration, an anger, an irritation, all with myself, that is then projected onto him and to other people in my life. But it doesn't happen with other people in my life as much, just because I don't believe that I share like really deep things that I want to do with other people outside of my husband. Like, I share things, but like, you know, it's just different. Anyways, so with that being said, it was a very kind and gentle way of him reframing and shifting me to focusing on the goal. And so if you're watching this, I think that it's really important to focus on the goal, focus on the dream, and literally asking God to give you guidance through that, because I feel like God already has given me signs of what I should be pursuing in my life, what I should be spending my energy on. And sometimes that does not seem feasible, it seems far, and it seems just quite frank a lot of work to pursue something as big as I feel like he has told me to go. And sometimes for me, the simple fact is like, okay, if I just get a job, then like that will fix all my problems. And I feel like I've always thought that, and it's disturbed me and disrupted me and distracted me from being able to focus on what I wanted to focus on, what I need to focus on. So in the year of 2026, I think that I just need to focus, which I said I've always wanted to focus on God this year and focus on God telling me what to do. But I think I also need to focus on executing what God has called me to do and taking it a step further than that. So I just want to share this. Ladies, let your man give you feedback and don't spaz on him. I know that it's hard to. Having my husband as my accountability partner has been one of the biggest struggles in our relationship, because coming from him, it just annoys me and it makes me feel like sad and angry and a whole bunch of other things. And that's really not good, because we're married, right? He's supposed to be able to tell me whatever he wants. And also, I need to stop letting my fear and letting my lack of the bigger picture distract me from taking the small steps that God has called me to every single day. So ladies, we're locking in. I'm locking in, okay? I'm locking in this year. Period.